Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. And this one's a follow up to a pre recorded content I did a couple of weeks ago after some problems with mining that I discovered. Sorry, I'm just coughing there, so I didn't think anybody needed to really hear that. So let's bring the game up. We're obviously in Elite Dangerous. My name is Commander Cosmic Drifter. I'm actually playing on my main account because that's the one who owns the carrier and that's the one who's on his way back to the level. But this problem was spotted, probably somewhat incorrectly if I'm honest, back on Cosmic Drifter. I'm just sorting my windows out here, so I apologise for the delay. And the big issue really was mining hotspots appeared to be not working properly. Back in that live pre-recorded video, I detailed a lot of the details of the previous patches in Elite Dangerous. Since the introduction of fleet carriers. And whilst I still think there's problems with mining, I did make a real minor noob mistake during the investigation. And that was I forgot that there was different types of metal rings and systems. So the carrier was here, it's not here anymore. And this system and this planet here is one with some Guardian runes on it. And the system had a whole heap of stuff to explore, which was really good. And because I was close to this planet, I decided to go and do a bit of mining in this one. And unfortunately, I didn't notice at the time, and when I went and looked at them and scanned them, I seen some hotspots for painite and went mining in it and never had a single percentage of painite at all in the hotspot. And what I didn't notice was that the rings were all metal rich rings. So speaking to a friend of mine after the event, and a couple of other guys I play the game with, back prior to the introduction of the surface scanner, mining in metal rich rings was not very profitable. So that's something I've either forgotten or I wasn't aware of. And you know, it comes to people following the guides on where to mine that's put out there when some triple hotspots or double hotspots are found. So it was really curious as to why Frontier had spent a lot of time trying to balance mining and whatnot, and it never seemed to work when I was exploring round about the black looking for stuff. So unfortunately what I didn't notice was the planet right beside it, which is this one. Oops. It had a metallic ring. Now I don't remember if I scanned it. I believe I did and it wasn't very good hotspot wise, but I would be honest, I would be lying to say that for definite. Yeah, there's a metallic ring there. And all through my checks and tests, I never actually went to any metallic rings. So, when one of my friends was on a couple of days ago, we went for a little bit further investigation into this and discovered that metallic rings do seem to be doing what they say on the tin. Which bodes the question, what is the difference between a metal rich ring and a metallic ring? And also, if you're in a ring and it pops up a hotspot which has got some commodity in it, why is it that hotspot yields nothing in a metal rich ring but does in a metallic ring? It makes no sense at all. So part of the journey we ended up in a site here, and in it was a painite hotspot. which I'm going to go to. I think I might need some limpets. Oh yeah, limpets. Oh, there's something in the hold already. Oh yeah, probably some crap I've picked up when I've been mining. I'll get about 210 limpets. That's usually 215. Let's go with that. And we'll go to the inventory. Yeah, I've got a lot of crap here, just as I've been picking stuff up. So let's get rid of that. Oh, do that again. Less rush, more speed. Okay, so we have nothing in our hold. We don't even have any limpets because I just put them in cargo. Really? Hey. Okay. Right. We now have our limpets in hold. And we're good to go. So we'll have a look at where we are. So this system has... Come on, map. This system has some in this planet here. And it's got metallic rings. And I found this on EDDB. Did a search for metallic rings after we realised that we may not have been checking the whole 9 yards. So. And I'm focusing on laser mining because it's quick and it's easy to do. Subsurface can be a little bit more productive from a timing point of view. But most of the time you find asteroids and they're spinning uncontrollably, so it's a bit of a pain trying to get your drills into them. So, but we'll go and do a bit of mining here. And specifically, we're going to look at this from a point of view of comparison to the current mining hotspot in the bubble. Get out of here. Of course, so we're on the other side of the planet. That's okay. Yeah. So we're going to look at this in comparison to the planet where most of us do their mining in the bubble, and I think I've got it bookmarked because I've got a terrible memory for mining these things, remembering these things. Mining, there it is there. GCRV 1568AB planet AB1. Most of us will know it. It's where we mine day night because it's profitable in the bubble and it's quick and it's fairly close. I haven't been here for a while, so I can't remember off the top of my head if it's a double hotspot or a triple hotspot, but it sure is popular. Look at all these carriers. And it is a metallic and a metal rich ring. So, this one is similar.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
The Frontier said on their patch notes that they were trying to balance hotspots. And after the discoveries of my last video, I believe that claim to be flawed. However, it may not be that it's flawed, it may just be that it's only working in purely metallic rings. Which bodes the question, should the likes of painite and that kind of commodity even be flagged up as a hotspot in a metal rich ring when it's not going to yield any percentage painite to mine? That's a question for the developers, I guess. But I do know that I was finding painite in that double hotspot in the region of 55, 50, quite common, 55, above 50%. Definitely above 40%, a lot. So. I think I'm going for the planet. Yeah, that's clever. Okay, let's... Okay. I've been to this one before. It's right on the edge of this system's inner ring. Which I believe... Oh wow. Quick mouse. Is the metallic ring. So we're going into the metallic ring. And we're going to go right on top of the hotspot as close as we can. Because double hotspots back in the day, you used to go into the overlap. But that was another thing that Frontier fixed. Yeah, which basically meant that the best way to get over is to go where it says I'm a hotspot. This is what we're going to do. We're over 50 kilometres away, which is fine. It's a little dark, so I'll stick put the night vision on, make things a little bit clearer, especially on YouTube's video. So this is a single hotspot, painite, and a metallic ring, which wasn't something I tested before. Go about 45 kilometres away. I tested the metal rich painite ones from a range of, I don't know, 2 kilometres to 100 kilometres, and there was never any indication of painite anywhere, which was really strange. So let's see what we get. At the thrill of mining now. Will the RNG gods be in our favours?
Prospector limpet engaged.
Nope, not in that one.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
I've made
Prospect to
a fair bit of money mining in the game. In fact, I think we can check it in the codex. But I can't do it all the time. There's way more interesting and other things to do in the game.
Prospect to limpet.
But unfortunately,
Programming
Frontier have decided to make mining, when it works, extremely profitable.
prospect to limpet failed.
Especially when you compare it to some of the more challenging and interesting things that the game offers. So it's a real shame that they don't.
Prospect to limpet engaged.
It's a real shame that they don't balance that out a little bit better.
Programming limpet drone
So I didn't expect this because obviously I've did some mining,
failed.
and this is the first time I've been in a metallic ring and not hit any knight in a couple of shots. So yeah, the game really is.
Prospect to limpet engaged.
So there's one. So we've hit one. Now that didn't happen in all the time in the
Complete.
metal rich rings. So at least you know that we can get a chance to get it. 6% is rubbish.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to
Not sure if there's an optimal distance from the hotspot's location, nav location there. I don't really think there is. I think it's just the closer you get, you tend to get better returns. But
asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
games sure can be frustrating at times.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet engaged.
There's an 11.
Asteroid scan complete.
There's a nothing.
Engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospect to limpet failed. Prospect to limpet engaged.
Oh wow. Really?
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
I wonder if the game knows this guy's streaming this today. I'm gonna not give him what he expects just to mess him up.
Programming limpet drone.
Nice to say it was way quicker yesterday when I did a bit of mining.
Prospect to limpet failed.
But we're going to hang in there.
Prospect to limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone.
Because there is ore out in them rocks.
Limpet failed. Prospect to limpet engaged.
There's a 9.
Programming limpet drone.
Come on, give us a nice 50.
Scan complete. Prospect to limpet failed. Prospect to limpet engaged. Programming
There's also a little bit of chat yesterday as well about the pulse wave scanner and how it's only scanning behind you. I'm not quite sure if that's true. Don't really use it a whole hell of a lot now, and maybe that's why. Maybe it's slightly bugged. I wonder if somebody could confirm that. I've never mean, I'll use it if I'm core mining or whatever, but never really
Prospector limpet
went out of my way to turn around and purposely see if it's only scanning behind me.
programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed.
We're under 15 kilometres away from what this hotspot says is its centre. Surely things should start to get a little bit more concentrated here.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Not to be. Oh wow.
Asteroid scan complete.
I love your random number generators. So good.
Prospector limpet failed.
Sometimes the little rocks are good to stick a probe into. You see what I mean?
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet.
They seem to be quite good.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Even that's got nothing. Nothing we would want to mine. There's nothing great there. There's an 11.
Complete.
So we're going to go mine this, even though we found others.
Complete.
Get our collectors out and mine this. I wouldn't consider this an optimised mining build. That's what I need it to do. And by and large, you know, it gets the job done. I could probably get another mining laser, but I found myself getting caught out with pirates at some of the locations where there was inhabited, especially around Colonia, so I've got a bit of a build that can defend myself. Did a lot of different things in this ship in Colonia, engineering and going visiting in the mega ships and, you know, the kind of permanent, semi-permanent community goals, I guess, out there.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Hey, we've got one bit. Palladium's okay.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Here's a 20. Ah. And some samarium. That's worth stuff as well. Oh. So the most we've found in here is a 62, I think. There's been a few 50s, although we've not come across any today. And yesterday, when I went on a mining run, I did get ore in at an equivalent rate to the hotspot in the bubble, which was really surprising considering it's a single. And it obviously made me think about Frontier's tinkerings with the game maths, and perhaps on that evidence they weren't so far off what they were aiming to do. At least in the hotspot patch. What we never did was went back into the rocky rings or the icy rings, because they still seem to be bugged. The only thing that seemed to be able to mine in icy rings was tritium, which is fine for the carriers, but not much good if you're looking for something else. especially if you've got a mission to do or whatever.
Complete.
And the rocky rings, well, the people I spoke to who were, you know, more seasoned miners than me, they just
Prospect to limpet failed.
wouldn't bother mining in rocky rings. So if everybody of our mining persuasions of the same, you know, get the same ideology, then we'd never discover any problems in rocky rings because nobody bothers mining them. I'm not sure if they're fixed, but at the end of the day, if we're able to get farming some ores
Prospect to limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
and then get a bit of profit mining out in the black this way,
Prospect to
then I
limpet.
don't think anybody's going to be too concerned in the long term. So the only thing I would really say after the events of the last couple of days is that the lack of supplies of stuff in Colonia is a huge issue in the game. And given the fact that they're going to introduce a lot of new story content, and it appears on the face of it, looking at the Galnet news every day, that there's going to be some kind of battle between the Federation and the Empire, because the tensions are mounting. Again, I can't help wonder what the Alliance is going to make of this,
Prospect to limpet.
what the independent powers are going to do. And obviously Colonia is going to, even though it's 22,000 light years away,
Prospect to limpet.
it's not Era 35. Nice. It's not as if it's unreachable. And I can't for the life of me seeing what's happening in the bubble not spilling out and affecting that region, even if it's just people trying to seek some refuge, escape for the law, hide from people that's looking for them. It'll be really interesting to see what happens with Galnet. I haven't actually looked at Galnet today. Just what I noticed yesterday was talking about. I'll have a look at it when I'm here.
Prospect to limpet failed.
We have a little drink whilst we're mating.
Prospect to limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
It's really difficult to do something like this when there's a heavy random element involved in
Asteroid scan complete. Prospect to limpet failed.
what the outcome is. But in saying that, at least this time I've went mining and actually been able to do a little bit of mining with my lasers. The last time I went mining and streamed it, I never fired a shot because there wasn't anything to mine. At least not what I was looking for.
Asteroid scan complete.
So suffice to say that in the future, to anybody who was oblivious to this as I was, or took it on face value that a hotspot actually would be the spot to go when it said I've got painite in it, don't even bother in metal rich rings, just go straight for the metallic ones. Because the metal rich ones are a total waste of time. Which is annoying, because I don't see why metal rich rings wouldn't have metal in them. And where the logic of that, all that lies completely I'm lost in that, really. On the positive side, at least I know about it. And hopefully it might help some people who are out in the black looking to do a little bit of mining to get some painite or other ores to take back to them. Because at the current prices, 1 ton of this stuff will get you roughly 15 tons of fuel or more, depending how much you can sell it for and how much you can buy the fuel for, obviously. So it makes sense not to mine tritium unless you need it to jump somewhere because you're running out, but to mine this and go and sell it and buy your fuel. Which again is great in the bubble where all the fuel is, but not very good out in Colonia where, well, fuel supplies are relatively short, all things told.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
A couple of 30s is good. Not had a monster yet though, so we're under 10 kilometres away. Maybe under 15 kilometres, I don't know. 10 maybe, when stuff started to show up.
To limpet engaged.
Hey, hey, a 48%. Ah, there, that's very nice.
Asteroid scan complete.
25. Got 25 to now. Got some samarium as well, which is a shame. Because we really just want the painite in it. So let's see what we get when we mine this one. I've been asked a couple of times, but why do you mine in a cutter? And sure, there is better ships to mine in. You know, the T10's really good to mine in. It's loads of cargo space and, you know, although it's a bit brickish in the movement department, you can get it a bit better when you engineer it. But I just like this. I just like the whole drifting, I guess, of the cutter. So,
Asteroid scan complete.
and I can change the build. I mean, at the moment I've got 256
To limpet failed.
cargo slots, but I can alter that a little and change my shields and whatnot to up my storage capacity to over 500, which is pretty good when you're,
Prospect to limpet engaged.
you know, trying to maybe do something for power play or whatever.
Asteroid scan complete. Collector limpet expired.
But definitely being within 10 kilometres seems to be.
Programming limpet drone.
None of my collectors are left, so get them all out again. Definitely being within 10 kilometres seems to be pretty good for getting painite. But I don't know if that's just the luck of the draw this time I've been in, or if that's a plan. But I would definitely say my comments in the pre-recorded stream about mining being broken, I'm not entirely right when it comes to metallic rings. I think what Frontier have tried to do is actually functioning here. It's just across the board, still got problems elsewhere, I think. But these are problems we can all live with because well, we can still make money, and we can still mine. And this is what's getting us our cash for basically buying anything ship related or Horizon based. Oh, I suppose seeing as Horizon's the base game now, this is the old school cash generator.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, a nice V42.
Asteroid scan complete.
So on the evidence of today, and it's only been half an hour mining. Pretty sure a lot of people who've been mining in the bubble hotspot would, say that it's not as profitable or as quick as what that double is. And I would kind of agree based on the evidence of today. And that's what you would expect. You would expect a single not to be as fruitful as a double. But we're getting 42% pay night in here. So it's not as if a single hotspot is not worth mining. Especially when you don't have many choices out in the black. I'm pretty sure in this system as well, and I'll check it when we fly out and we go back to the carrier to drop all this off. I'm pretty sure the rings in this planet has actually got a double, but it's not pay night. It's one of the other ores. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what one it is. Under 5 kilometers away now. I'm seriously finding myself questioning my judgment when it comes to, is this better? Is it getting more dense? Is it not? It just greater density of pay night here than before. Because the RNG is just so unpredictable. I mean, there's one that's got nothing in it. Well, no pay night in it.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed.
Almost 50, well, 55 now. The greater than 40% ones that's what you need. You get about 18 chunks of ore out of them.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Excuse me.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, the wee barren spot here.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Yeah, we'll mind that.
Asteroid scan complete.
So I've been mining in this area, I don't know, maybe a couple of days, not a great amount. I've had quite almost 200 each session, not quite 200. And I haven't been, purposely ignoring everything else, focusing on filling up the hole with this single ore. I just find that too much hassle at the end of the day. I just get what I get and store it away. And try to find stations in the way back to get rid of some of the, some of the stuff that's less profitable. Unless it's, they're wanting, not giving me good returns for it. But ideally I want to take the carrier back there. As much painite as I can be bothered mining. Because as I say, it's the best way to get cash out here. Saves a lot of hassle for core mining. Although core mining can be quite fun and a little break. I really do enjoy blowing up asteroids.
Asteroid scan complete.
Not quite reached fetish proportions.
Prospect limpet failed.
So if I get anywhere close to 200 today, I'll be quite content with that.
Prospect limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospect limpet failed.
But to do that quickly, you obviously need the big numbers, 45s, the 50s, the 60s, which I don't seem to be getting much luck with today. But that's okay. That's part and parcel of the fun, isn't it?
Prospect limpet
I felt it right to do a follow-up. Maybe I should have pre-recorded it, but that was a little education for me. I'd done videos before, but I'd never done one that long and requiring, extra audio and overdubbing. Things like audio ducking, and so that was a bit of oh, too far away. That was a bit of a challenge in itself for me. Live streaming, it's a whole hell of a lot less strain on the recording mechanism. But it's really difficult to think on the spot, and really admire the old television presenters and these people who do that for a living. I suppose anybody in the public eye has to have a craving to want to do that kind of stuff. Or an ego. Let's hope for some big ones then.
Prospect limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid
So things get a bit weird now because we've actually went past the hotspot centre line, or central point, and I don't know how far out I need to go. To not lose the painite percentages that I want. It's very much suck it and see this kind of thing. I've never been really lucky when it comes to random drops, random anything to do with games, so. But I do know that the experienced miners, they can tell by the shapes of rocks, the colours around them, or some other magic.
Prospect limpet engaged.
You know how all this stuff works, but I don't know that. I find myself going round in a circle now, sometimes I look at a rock and that looks like similar to one before. Put a limpet in it and it's depleted because I've already mined it.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Hey.
Asteroid scan complete.
So I mentioned that I found this
Collecting.
on EDDB. I'm not sure if you can do the same search on the other search. Oh,
Programming limpet drone.
all my limpets have run out again.
Asteroid depleted. Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can do the same search on the other websites. I dare say you can, I've just not discovered how to do it. But finding not so much hotspots, but metallic rings when going somewhere seems to be a prudent course of action. So whilst that's collecting, I'll get up Google Chrome and we'll have a look at EDDB. I'll let that fire away in the background. So yeah, there's different types of rings. Icy, painite. See icy, that's painite. Sorry, that's tritium. Metal rich is not worth going to for the reasons that I mentioned before. Metallic is the one we want for obviously metals. And rocky, like I say, people say that's not valuable mining in rocky rings. I don't know. But metallic. So, and what I did was I was at the last waypoint of my course, which I'll get up now, which was here. So we were at that AB7A Guardian Ruins planet, like I said, and I put that in as a reference system, and it came up. I don't know what that number is. And I just did a search. I ignored the rings, and I think so. I don't know where it was. It's somewhere here will be one. It'll be the one we're at. Seems to be there's a few more now. So my next protocol on my route. Oh, this is a great site. EDDB is a great site. I've been playing with this since, for a while now, since I started doing courses. And I mend this every now and again I find something. But what I discovered recently was you can update the actual points. So putting some of the pictures in of things I've scanned on the way. Really nice ringed Earth-like world there. And obviously the last place I was at was oh, where is it? I need to go in a bit, don't I? Because these are really close together. Yeah, there we go. So the Guardian Ruins was fascinating. Seeing lots of stuff there. So much stuff there. Look at that. That great little tree-like, a gypsum brain tree. So yeah, documenting the carrier. So I've yet to do this, but mining. And I thought, well, before I do it, I'll comment on some form of video on YouTube, which is why I'm doing this today. But the next place we're going after this is the ruined, abandoned bases at the Conflux settlement. So what I'll be doing before I go there is I'll be using EDDB to see if there's any metallic mining bodies there. I'm not sure if there's a way to... They're all belts. Wow, I'm not sure if there's a way to... Is there a way to ignore belts? Not sure if there's a way to... Ring. Ah, there we go. Ring. Hey. Right, let's try that again. There we go. That's more like it. So there's 130 light years away. That's still... that's a ring. Yeah. So that's definitely a point of interest where we want to go. And what I normally do is I go into the route, edit the route. Mining. I just make little reminders to myself. And submit it. So yeah, so I don't know when we're going to go there. I'm obviously going to mine this for a little bit. But when I fly there on my little super duper exploration scouting ship, I will check out that planet and some of the other ones that exist and, you know, see if I can get a mining spot there. As well, so I don't want to mine all the time. It is kind of good to go and pop up the carrier hold.
Prospect to limpet failed.
And hopefully when I get back to civilization I'll have a little bit of profit to gain. 7%.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
I'm pretty sure one of the patches is also increased the amount of asteroids that are in the rings.
Prospect to
I don't recollect them always being this busy. Although I couldn't honestly say what patch that was.
Prospect to limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospect to limpet failed.
I can't quite remember how far into the stream we started mining. Maybe 10 minutes, so we're probably about, say, 50, 55 minutes maybe. Coming up for an hour.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete.
I wish there was a way to determine if dry spots, are these barren patches.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Like I say, RNG has never been kind to me.
Scan complete.
Although I'm pretty sure some of the guys I've played the other MMOs with would counter that when we've been quite lucky.
Asteroid deleted. Limpet expired.
I have to put a shout out to. I mean, I normally mention these guys at the end of the live streams, but in this case, you know, they were quite active, and a couple of things to do with these recent videos. So to Commander Sligs and Lone Wolf Pack, they were involved in me and helped me during the searches for ore, and then subsequent conversations with them and talking about the differences between metal rich and, you know, metallic rings, and especially latterly with Sligs, my complete consternation of what's the point of calling a ring metal rich when it doesn't have any metal in it. I found that quite amusing, I think. But yeah, their input into this and, you know, this potential solution, for want of a better term, was really helpful.
Limpet drone.
It helps to talk to other people who
Failed.
have played the game a little bit longer than you, who maybe mind more often than you.
Engaged.
And at the end of the day, I genuinely don't remember
Scan complete.
prior to the subsurface scanner being released, when they changed the whole, you know, discovery scanner kit type stuff. That was before hotspots were a thing. I don't remember ignoring metal rich rings in the past. But then again, it could have been that I just followed the guides online and just all the rings just happened to be metallic. I really don't remember.
Programming limpet drone.
So it's worth for everybody to know, you know,
Prospector limpet.
pay attention to
Collector limpet expired.
these kind of places you're going in, because it really can help you when you come to search on your own.
Limpet engaged.
Era 50. Hey, era 50.
Programming limpet drone.
Getting the
Asteroid
collectors out.
complete.
So yeah, good shout out to they two guys. They were helping me in the mining, not only on this character but on my alt. His Lone Wolf Pack's carrier is still on its way back from Colonia. At some point we're going to rendezvous. I don't know if that will be here or at the Conflux abandoned sites. Just depends on the timing, really. And the other shout out is to Rusty Dog, who does lots of live streaming, lots of different games. And I was talking to him about things to do with producing pre-recorded content in the Challenger, and he gave me some tips which have hopefully made the audio in this a little bit better. I'm not going to say that what's actually been said is any better, but hopefully things are a bit clearer to hear, and the game sounds not over drowning out my voice. I'm not quite sure if I've got the balance right between the game sound and my voice yet. You only kind of find these things out by doing. and I've decided not to do hundreds and hundreds of trials before I get it right. I've just decided to do something, see how it works, see how bad it sounds, and adjust after the fact. I hope people will give me that learning curve.
Prospect to limpet failed.
We're almost at 90. And I'll review the stream
To limpet engaged.
after it's finished and actually see when we started mining and get a proper time. But if we started 10 minutes into it, that's an hour now. We're looking 10 minutes to see how much we've got. It may be possible to mine. Oh, 47, this one. Put another. Decided and put 2 limpets into it. It may be possible to be getting 100 ore per hour, which out in the black's pretty fantastic, because there's nothing here really. And it's purely for storage, because I don't have anywhere to sell it. So, I was hoping this would happen. I was actually doubting it at the beginning. So I need to dump stuff. And I'm going to dump some limpets. Because... So there we're over 100 now. And that's an hour and 2 minutes in. So I'm definitely sure we're under an hour actual mining time. Because of a little bit of chat at the beginning. Before I actually got the game running, so. But this is a good problem to have. I'm never too sure of how many limpets to think. Sometimes I'll take 200 and don't fill the hold up when I've used them all. Sometimes I'll take 210 and I have this problem where I have to start dumping them. But dumping them's fine because, you know, as much as it's annoying to losing the 100 credits, you're picking up something that's potentially worth almost a billion credits in its own. So what do I need here? Prospector, there we go.
Prospect to limpet failed. Prospect to limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospect to limpet failed.
I'll very likely still continue to do testing with the mining.
Programming limpet drone.
Because there is some other valuable ores
Prospect to limpet
out there. When Frontier completely nerfed the profitability from low temperature diamonds. And then for a while Void Opals was filling that void. And then, there's alterations they did to subsurface mining and then trying to fix the exploits being used by fighter ships and stuff broke Void Opal mining. And subsurface mining in general. And then obviously the entire system got broke when nobody could mine any tritium. I think now, after my initial video, it's fair to say that although mine is not perfect, it's in a place where it's workable if you know where to go. It's pretty much like anything else. So I hope this video will give people information they maybe didn't realise. I'll save them the time of messing about in metal rings when it's just simply not worth it. If you're going to go and mine in metallic ones. We've learned together today on Andi how to get rid of all the belts, because you don't really need to know about them. And with a bit of luck, if most single core hotspots of any ore is similar to this one, then you can get a decent return, at least 100 of the ore in an hour. And I'm also picking up some other, not as profitable, but ones that are worth selling and keeping hobby. Well, especially when you're picking them up for nothing, really. I hope that maybe will help people who were making the same mistakes as me. Maybe had forgot some of the mining basics due to the introduction of the surface scanner, and actually trusted that the hotspots that told you were there were there. Oh, we've got a full refinery now, like that. Oh, we need to get rid of limpets. I'm down to 88 prospector, well, 88 limpets now, because I'm having to throw them out the hold to make space for ore. I'm really close to, filling up the hold again. That 11% could probably do it. Let's see what we get here. So that's a 15.
Asteroid scan complete.
Like I say, I've never been one to be so focused on this to clear out what I've already picked up in other ores, because I'm always nervous about throwing something away. But I'm going to do that here, and I'm going to empty the bins of that ore as well, just to see if I can get as much painite as I can possibly mine. As I say, that other stuff I was picking up anyway, so I'll have a look at what the least valuable is, and then I'm going to chuck it out straight out the airlock. So let's have a look. Silver's probably the lowest, but I've only got one of it. So let's jettison that. Make a space. Platinum's next. Make a space. Samarium's okay. I found that valuable in places I've been.
Collector limpet expired.
Oh,
Programming limpet drone.
get the collectors out.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So that's given us a fair bit of space. That's good. I want to ignore silver.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
That's us about an hour now. And I'm 121 over. So yeah, I would say 100 ton an hour's doable. Even in the single rings.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
If we hit a dry spot again.
Programming limpet drone.
See how far away we are from the...
Prospector limpet failed.
Yeah, I'll turn around and have a look at the hotspot indicator. Oh, there's one shining.
Prospector limpet engaged.
We want to head back because I know that we've mined some of that stuff here.
Complete.
How far away are we? So we're nearly 20 kilometres. Maybe we should head back in a slightly different direction. Let's go over this way.
Limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Try and keep that over to the right hand side. I was thinking about maybe finishing here with 100 ton, but I'll maybe just keep going till I've not got any limpets left. And then go back to the carrier, and don't think it'll be that long.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed.
What's me? What is that? That's rubbish.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
5%.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet
16. I'll go with that.
Asteroid scan complete.
What we're needing is a nice big 50. That would be good. We're getting lots of samarium out of that work. We get any try of day night for that one? One?
Prospect
Yeah.
limpet engaged.
I'm heading back the way I came.
Drone. Asteroid scan.
Maybe not went quite
Prospect limpet.
enough to the port side, but we'll keep that. We'll try and keep that day night icon over to the right on the screen. Try not fly the way we were before. It's so much easier if the ones that would mind had a different colour or tell us so we don't waste the limpets on them.
Prospect limpet engaged.
That's got nothing on it.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospect limpet failed.
If we can get a pay night only one, high percentage.
Prospect limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospect limpet failed.
124 tons, so let's see if we can get some big ones.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect limpet failed.
When it hit first, I think.
Prospect limpet engaged.
2%. Ouch. Oh, this one's
Asteroid scan complete.
platinum.
Programming limpet drone.
I keep meaning to check this pulse. See there another one in there that's glowing. I don't have any core mining stuff, so I hate it when I find ones I can blow up, don't have the stuff to explode them. Stick a limpet in that one, see what it's all about.
Prospect limpet engaged.
5%. Little
Complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect limpet.
a little barren patch here as well. That's okay, I'm just throwing limpets out the door, so
Prospect limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
not any good ideas.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect limpet failed. Prospect
Yeah, that'll do it. Not a 50, but 40 will do it.
asteroid scan complete.
Far away. Let's see. 238 now with all them ones we've mined. I must admit, when I first was playing Elite Dangerous and they said they were only going to have things... Oh, I'm too close here. Back a bit. Yeah, and they said they were only going to have things like standard sci-fi fare, beams to pick them up. I was wondering how you would collect stuff. And then, the collector limpets were obviously the thing you used. And watching the little guys go and get their stuff is quite mesmerising sometimes. The sounds are sounds like they're in water. It's weird. Right, that's depleted, and I'm still shooting that, so got about 12 out of that one. But we've still got space for more, so that's good. Think of all the times I've mined back when Boran was the mining spot. I think I can only say I've filled up my hold and all my refinery bins twice, which was more than enough to be bothered with that kind of hassle, really. I'm not sure how long before that was. Let's do this one as well. I'm not sure how long before the introduction of the carriers or the news that the carriers were coming out that was. I'll have a look at the codec and see how much cash I've made out of mining. Let me just chop this one up. Probably going to be a lot of gold here and I don't need to pick up. Okay, mining profits. Mining. 6,898,000,000. Wow. And that's probably a little compared to some folk that's been mining the game since it started. The next time I'm on Cosmic Drifter, I'll check that as well. I'm going to need to pour myself a drink in a minute. Okay, let's I'll get that to our right, so I don't think we're in any danger of running into stuff that we've mined before. I always seem to end up doing that though. Come on, give me a 50.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Must be far enough away now. Head to that again. About 10 kilometres away again. cool if it could just say, that's what I want to be, but I want to stay away 10 kilometers from it.
Programming
Give me some kind of
prospect to
course marker that I need to follow.
prospect to limit.
There a 40. Okay. See what this one is.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospect.
There a 51. Hey, is that our first 50? We're not at 60 though, but they do exist. I've got 2 to mine here, so I'm going to need to chuck stuff away again, I think. Let's see. 22 spaces. I don't know if we'll fill that up with this one. But all it's in it's painite, so this is the ideal find really. Little bit of selenium doesn't go wrong.
Asteroid depleted.
Let's go find that other prospect. That is. Oh, that rock. Two really good ones close to each other. I'm just pouring myself. I'm just pouring myself a drink, but I don't hear anything else coming in. So, okay. Thirsty work mining, you know. So let's go and. Oh, yeah. That's this one we want to do now, innit? And then I want to head to my left again, so that. Sorry, the port side. So that I don't run into where I've mined before. Come on. Too far away. So I wonder if I need to go over this way. Going to need to start dumping stuff.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
%50% and a 40% fairly close together. That was good. Got 6 spaces left. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to dump stuff.
Prospect to limpet failed.
really never too sure what to do for the best here. Do I go for the high percentage ones and ignore anything, you know, low? I mean, I tend to mind stuff around about the 20% mark and above. They seem to give me at least something. But because I'm so tight to the capacity of the ship, it does help actually using the prospectors to,
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet.
you know, try and find the big ones. Then of course, sod's law is you find one and you've got next to no Olympus left and all your collectors run out. That's happened a few times. And it was prospect, you know, just synthesize a few and pick the stuff up, but it's like the game knows, really.
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Let's just no bother with that 10%.
Asteroid scan complete.
I think we're heading away for the marker now.
Prospector limpet failed.
But that's okay.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Are we getting another barren? Are we in another barren zone?
Complete. Prospector limpet failed.
We're doing okay. Or maybe just about an hour and a half in.
Collector limpet expired.
I mean, it's not that it's any rush, but it's good to know you can get decent returns mining without
Prospector limpet
having to play the game the whole day. And it leaves room to
scan complete.
keep the carrier funded, you know, get back cash, buy new ships if you need them, go and explore and stuff. Let's mine this one. All my collectors are done again. Or that 3 up.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
33 left. Ooh, close. Close. So that's good, it's made a little bit of space using Olympics. And that's 20% and we're getting pay night, so that's cool. Oh, another 23. So the Andi and Goldum, they're actually on my ignore list. So as much as it's better to get pay night and nothing else, at least you know you're getting, you know, a completely pristine source. This is the next best thing because I'm not going to pick any of that other stuff up. And Indi's quite low. Gold's quite high, obviously, compared to the pay night, but still. Another couple of 40s, 50s or so, and we'll be far for 200, I don't think. Too far away. That's it. Done. I've completely lost my bearings because of all the spinning around and stuff, so I've only 21 pits left, so zirconium, wow.
Collector limpet expired. Prospector limpet engaged.
4%, we'll give that one a miss.
Scan complete. Prospector limpet failed. Collector limpet expired.
Not had any depleted ones yet though. That's
Programming
another record for me.
prospector limpet
6%. Come on.
failed. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged.
20.74, that'll do.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone.
Don't know if I collect any of that other stuff. Find out. Think it's all on my ignore list as well. Come on, stop picking it up so quick. Yeah, Presidium's definitely being ignored. A third laser could cut the rock up quicker and let me start prospecting again quicker, but I mean I've got a fair amount of limpets and I still can't pick it up quick enough. $175. 25, huh? 20 odd limpets left. 14 now. 14 limpets left.
Prospector limpet engaged.
So what we're really needing is a 40 or a 50.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone.
Will it be kind to us?
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Can I ignore the 12? Oh.
Asteroid scan complete.
I don't think I can when I've got the limpets out. I'll go and get these two. excuse me. There was the other one. Yeah, 40 or a 50 will give us about 18 maybe or something like that. That would be perfect. Ooh. Just worried I'll run out of limpets and find a decent one. 179, maybe about 180, so.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? The game does like me after all.
Complete.
Right, let's see what happens here. I don't know how much space I've got left, so let's get close to this one. Start shooting it. Not that close. Come on, stop. I'll go back a bit. Right. Got 14 spaces and we're full. Oh, I went too far away. God's sake. Right. 14 spaces and 11 limpets, so and we're 20 shots. We have to get rid of some stuff. Let's just get the cargo filled up and the hoppers filled up. Getting samarium as well, so. Well, see, they're going to start running out, so I can't afford to bin the collectors, I don't think.
Asteroid completed.
6 left, that's made a fair bit of space.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Then to go.
Collector limpet expired.
Oh,
Limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete.
8 more.
Programming Hippodrome. Prospector limpet failed.
So anything over 20, yeah? Be good.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Let's go with that one.
Asteroid scan complete. Collector limpet expired.
Oh, don't run it now. Not running it now. Yeah, I think we'll just have to go for this one and hope for the best. It's got other minerals, but I'm not going to collect any of them. Unfortunately, Phoenix Lilith. Ah, that's us. This is it. Two left, this is it. Okay, so I've run out of limpets. We're not quite full up. We're going to be close to 200, I think.
Limpet expired.
194. A couple extra platinum at the end. But that's good. We've used all our limpets up, so. And we're 12 free spaces. So I could, I could synthesise some and I'll do a little bit of blind mining until I run out of collectors. Let's see what we get out of this guy. Is that the one we did before? Never mind this one before. Oh, this bit's breaking off it. What are we getting? Oh, we're getting P-Night. Hey.
Collector limpet expired.
No! This one's got core stuff. Oh, there, another one. Hey! You might be lucky here. Not getting any more out of that. 4 to go. Ah. I am not normally this fussed about this, to be honest. Quite happy with the quantity I've got. But I'm under 2 hours overall. Coming up for like 10 minutes to 2 hours. Still got a couple of active limpets, so I'm as well getting the most out of them, I guess. I heard it saying it was depleted there. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, it's done now. It's not giving me anything now. That's palladium we're getting. So we're 4 short. let's get out of here.
Collector limpet expired.
F4ZNVZ. That was the thing I searched for, wasn't it? That's probably what it's found.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Ah, that was good. Good drink that was. So we're on the good side this time. Sometimes I found myself on the opposite side of where the carrier is in the planet, and that's annoying because you have to usually go away and then fly back. But this time we're pretty much right beside it. I think we've been in that asteroid field definitely under 2 hours because we've not streamed 2 hours yet. So we've used 210 limpets. In fact, I had to chuck some of them away.
Landing gear deployed.
So, as us landed, 2 hours is a fine time to run a stream, I think. Quite happy about that. There's our final tally of what we picked up. Obviously, the pay night's the one that matters, which is why we focused on it. But we're only 4 short of 200. Obviously, having 256 of that, you know, and a full refinery full of hoppers. They definitely don't need that one either. You know, that's mining extreme, isn't it? That's what people do, and I've did it myself. But I really kind of get that excited most of the time about doing that. Just better getting in and restocking up and going again. But yeah, I think, as I say, I feel as if I owed it to Frontier to, you know, show possibly an error on my behalf. I still think it's absolutely crazy that there's metal-rich rings in the game that don't appear to have any metal in them. You know, is that a red herring? What's that all about? That seems crazy to me. And are the rocky rings fixed? At the minute, the jury's out, and I haven't tested it. And I'm probably not going to for a while because I'm going to try and make some money. Because it's difficult to make cash out in the black through the standard means you would do in the bubble because you don't have stuff to sell. as you can imagine, and I'm sure you can hear, I was quite relieved to find that mining, as much as it's weird, it's not completely destroyed out in the black, and there is a way to fund your carrier while you're out here, while still exploring and doing all the stuff you got the carrier for in the first place, which is really, really good. But we'll call it a day there. That's just about coming up for 2 hours. And we'll say the usual thanks to all the Elite Dangerous support websites and make the tools and make the game so much easier to play. It was EDDB I showed you today, and Elite Dangerous stand maps for the route that I'm running to get back to the bubble. I'd like to thank Frontier for the game. It's not as bad as I feared mining. Still kinda broken, but at least we can work with it. I've already said the thanks to the guys who've helped me with this, so thanks again. OBS and YouTube and anybody who watched, can't thank you enough. I hope you found this informative and maybe learned something in the process. And I'll see you guys next time.